We're going to take a quick look at on how to properly align objects that we place on the front panel. So one way to do it that's really the most difficult way is to select the object that we want to align and then pick it up and kind of move it around to where we might want it. So keep in mind that the front panel is the user interface. So when you create a LabVIEW program, this is where the user will input data and we'll be looking at your design when you're done. So LabVIEW has certain alignment tools that are really easy to use that will allow us to precisely align our objects either horizontally or vertically. So if we scroll at top at the toolbar, we notice we have an object that's referred to as Align Objects. So when I scroll over it, it gives me a tip strip that says Align Objects. When I select it with my mouse, I have multiple selections. And as I highlight each one, it gives me a little bit of an idea of what it will do. So for example, I can align objects either horizontally or either vertically, either in the edges or in the center, the right or the left edge. So I'm going to show you how to do this very quickly. So let's say, for example, that I want to align my indicator output A with my control value A. So the first thing that I'll do is left mouse click, and I want to highlight both of these. So I'm just going to drag across both of them until they're highlighted. And I know they're both selected because I see the blue dashes around both objects. So now I want to choose the type of alignment that I want to do. So I want to see what selections that I have. And what I want to do, and this kind of gives you an example of what it will do, I want to align these horizontally on the bottom edges. So if I select that, LabVIEW will do that for me. So now these are perfectly aligned on the bottom edge horizontally. So I'm going to do the same thing with my value B and my output B. I want to line these up on the horizontal on the bottom edges. So I'm going to go back up to the Align Objects. I'm going to select it and I'm going to choose the bottom edge. So now I have these two objects aligned perfectly horizontally, and these two objects are aligned perfectly horizontally. So I'm not quite done yet because my control value A and control value B, I want to select so that I perfectly align these vertically. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to mouse click, left mouse click, I'm going to drag across both of these, and I'm going to choose the alignment that I want. So I'm going to drop down under the Align Objects, and I want to select the left edges, and it's going to perfectly align those. And I'm going to do the same thing with my output A and output B indicator. So left mouse click, drag across both of them, and I'm going to select left edges. All right, so now let's say that I want to manually move my two objects so that my value B control and my output B indicator are a little closer to my value A and my output A. And one way to do that and to sort of take manual control of my alignment, I'm going to highlight both of them. So I've selected them. Now I want to use the arrow keys on my keyboard. So I'm going to use the up arrow key, and I'm just going to select it till I get it exactly where I want it. So I'm going to bring it about right here, and now I'm going to leave it. All right, so that was a demonstration on how to use the Align Objects, where we can select objects and allow LabVIEW to either align them horizontally or vertically. And then that last step that I showed you was a way to manually move them. So that is how we use the Alignment Objects tool on our toolbar on our front panel. But keep in mind it also works on our block diagram.